Be honest with me for a second. Have you ever walked out of a salon and still felt invisible? Still felt older than you feel on the inside? That ends today. Here is the truth nobody told you. Your haircut is either lifting you right now, or it is silently aging you every single day. There is no middle ground. The wrong cut drags your face down, flattens your features, and adds years you have never lived. But the right cut lifts your jawline, opens your eyes, defines your cheekbones, and makes you walk into every room looking radiant and completely alive. No surgery, no expensive treatments, no filters, just the right cut. After 50, your hair changes, and the style that worked at 40 may be quietly working against you today. In this video, I am showing you 7 haircuts chosen specifically for women over 50 that will make you look younger and radiant, starting from your very next salon visit. Stay until the end, because number 7 will completely change how you see yourself. Before we dive in, if you are new here, welcome. This is Timeless After 50. This is where women just like you come to look elegant, feel radiant, and own every room they walk into. Hit subscribe and join thousands of women who refuse to fade quietly. Now grab your coffee and let us get into it. The number 1 haircut that makes women over 50 look younger and radiant is the face-framing lob. I call it the gravity reversal cut. I want you to picture this. You walk into a room. Your hair sits perfectly between your collarbone and your chin. It moves when you move. It frames your face like a portrait. Your cheekbones look defined. Your neck looks long and elegant. You look polished, lifted, completely alive, and you have not touched a single filter. That is what this cut does. I have seen it transform women in their 50s, 60s, and 70s who walked into a salon feeling invisible and walked out feeling unstoppable. We have all stood at that mirror, wondering why we look more tired than we feel. And the answer was, never your age. It was your cut. The face-framing lob creates a clean, vertical line that lifts where your eye travels and restores the facial proportion gravity quietly stole. I call the key technique the cheekbone anchor. Layers placed exactly at cheekbone level, rebuilding light and definition where collagen loss softened everything. Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like your hair was pulling your whole face down? This cut answers that. You catch your reflection and pause. Your jaw looks sharper, your eyes look brighter, you look naturally, elegantly younger. Now here is what to avoid. Never ask for a blunt straight-across lob with no layers. It sits flat, kills movement, and ages you instantly. Never cut it too short below the chin. You lose the vertical line that does all the lifting work. Never skip the face-framing pieces. Without them, it is just a haircut, not a transformation. Your hair is not decoration. It is architecture. The number 2 haircut that is the textured bob. I call it the jawline sculptor. Here is what I want you to understand. A bob is not just a length, it is a framing decision. And the wrong version makes everything worse. A heavy blunt bob sits flat, adds width, and hardens your features. But the textured bob does the complete opposite. I use a technique called the C-curve shadow cut. Layers point cut at the end so the hair curves softly inward along the jaw, creating shadow exactly where definition is softened. Your jawline looks sculpted. Your face looks lifted. Your whole silhouette looks refined and elegant without a single needle. When did you last look in the mirror and feel completely, unapologetically proud of what you saw? You will after this. Now what to avoid? Never go blunt at the ends. It kills the sculpting effect completely. Never add too much length below the chin. You lose the jaw definition entirely. Never skip internal texture. Flat hair adds years instantly. Definition is not something age takes from you. It is something the right cut gives back. Next, the cut that makes short hair the most powerful decision you will ever make. The number 3 haircut that makes women over 50 look younger and radiant is the soft pixie with volume. I call it the courage cut. You have seen her. A woman your age walks into a room with a short pixie, and something about her stops you. Not because the hair is dramatic, because her face is undeniable. Her eyes look wide open, her cheekbones look lifted. She looks radiant, modern, and completely certain of herself. And for a second you wonder, could I do that? Have you ever secretly wondered what you would look like with short hair, but talked yourself out of it before you even finished the thought? We have all been told somewhere along the way that short hair means giving up femininity. That is one of the oldest lies ever told to women, and it is time to leave it behind. Here is what I want you to understand. There's a world of difference between a harsh crop and a soft volumized pixie. I use a technique called the crown lift frame. Feathered edges, layered volume at the crown, and a soft side-swept fringe that pulls the eye upward, opens the brow and makes the entire upper face look awake, lifted and luminous. Any face shape, any texture. It works. Now what to avoid? Never go too short at the sides without texture. It hardens the face instantly. Never skip the fringe. Without it, the forehead is exposed and the lift disappears. Never cut it blunt at the edges. Softness is everything here. Short hair does not shrink a woman. It reveals her. The number 4 haircut that makes women over 50 look younger and radiant is the layered shag with curtain bangs. I call it the youth signal. You are scrolling. You stop. There is a woman your age in a photo, and something about her hair makes you stare. It is not perfect. It is not stiff. It moves. It has life. It has that quality you cannot name but desperately want. That effortless, just stepped out of somewhere beautiful energy. When you look at a woman your age who looks radiant, what is the first thing you notice about her hair? It moves. We have all been cutting the same hair the same way for years. Not because we love it, but because change feels safer than regret. Here's what I want you to understand. The brain reads moving hair as young hair. Stiff, flat, lifeless hair reads as tired, regardless of your age. The layered shag with curtain bangs sends an immediate signal of vitality the moment you walk in. I use a technique called the root preserve layer, removing bulk only from the mid-lengths and ends while keeping density at the roots, creating the illusion of fuller, younger hair without a single product. The curtain bangs part softly in the middle, grazes your cheekbones, frames your eyes, and softens your forehead without hiding your face. Now what to avoid. Never cut curtain bangs too short. They lose their softness instantly. Never add too many layers to fine hair. It thins instead of volumizes. Never go too choppy. Texture should whisper, not shout. The woman who looks radiant in every room decided to stop playing it safe with her hair. The next cut is the cut that makes your neck look longer and your whole presence more commanding. The number 5 haircut that makes women over 50 look younger and radiant is the angled bob. I call it the neck elongator. You are getting dressed for something that matters. A dinner, a reunion, an event where you want to walk in feeling like yourself at your absolute best. You stand at the mirror, adjusting your collar, pulling at your neckline, wishing your neck looked longer, your shoulders more elegant, your whole silhouette just slightly more refined. Have you ever stood at that mirror and wished exactly that? We have all reached for the scarf, chosen the high neckline, covered what we wish looked different, when the answer was never the clothing. It was the cut. Here's what I want you to understand. The angled bob runs shorter at the back and longer at the front, creating a clean diagonal line that pulls the eye downward and outward along the jaw. Your neck looks longer. Your face looks slimmer. Your entire presence looks taller and more commanding. I call the technique the A-line channel, a back graduation angle so precise it creates the illusion of height and length from every angle in the room. Soft feathered nape lines keep every inch of it feminine. Now what to avoid. Never go too steep with the angle. It looks severe instead of elegant. Never cut the back too high. You lose the elongating effect completely. Never skip the graduation softness at the nape. Blunt edges masculinize the cut instantly. Elegance is not an age. It is an angle. The number 6 haircut is the butterfly cut. The butterfly cut is the most forgiving, most flattering cut for women who want to keep their length but completely transform how full and alive their hair looks. You wear the butterfly cut, and your hair moves differently. It lifts, it separates, it catches light from every angle. You turn your head and it flows with you like it has energy of its own. Has your hair started to feel like it has less of itself? Less volume, less life, less of the weight it used to carry so effortlessly? We have all felt that quiet frustration of flat, thin, lifeless hair that no product seems to fix. Here's what I want you to understand. The butterfly cut works because of what I call the underlift layer. Long layers removed from beneath the midsection, while your outer length stays completely untouched. You keep every inch. But now each layer moves independently, catches light differently, and creates the appearance of twice the hair density. You look in the mirror, and your hair looks full, healthy, and radiant. You look younger without losing a single thing you love. Now what to avoid? Never remove layers from the top of the butterfly cut. You collapse the volume instantly. Never cut the underlayers too short. The lift effect disappears completely. Never use heavy products on the butterfly cut. They kill the movement that makes everything work. Thin hair is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of a smarter one. Next, the final cut that closes the gap between how you feel and how the world sees you. The number 7 haircut is the side part pixie bob. I call it the age eraser. You know why? I want to be honest with you. You have scrolled through group photos and felt that quiet private shock. Everyone else looks fine, but the woman you see in that photo does not match the woman you feel like on the inside. Vibrant, present, completely alive. Does the woman you see in photographs match the woman you actually feel like? We have all lived that gap and quietly carried it alone. Here's what I want you to know. The side part pixie bob was built to close that gap permanently. Research from Crown Clinic confirms that shaped shorter haircuts make women appear up to 4 years younger, and the side-parted asymmetrical version amplifies that effect even further. I call the technique the asymmetry advantage. A deep side part that introduces diagonal movement across the face, breaking the static symmetry that makes faces appear older and heavier. Your crown lifts, your jawline sharpens, your neckline elongates. Your eyes become the first thing anyone sees. The side part pixie bob handles every single aging concern in one cut. Now what to avoid? Never center part the side part pixie bob. You lose the asymmetry that does all the youth activating work. Never keep the nape too heavy. It shortens your neck instantly. Never skip the crown volume. Without it, the cut loses its lift and its power completely. You are not trying to look younger. You are finally starting to look like yourself. You now have 7 haircuts that will make you look younger, radiant, and completely unstoppable. Each one was chosen specifically for you, for your age, your elegance, and the woman you are still becoming. Now I want to hear from you. Which one are you trying first? Drop it in the comments and let us know. You are not alone on this journey. There is an entire community of women right here, women in their 50s, 60s, and 70s who refuse to shrink, who choose elegance every single day, and who show up for each other without judgment. This is Timeless After 50. Subscribe and join us. Your most beautiful chapter is not over. It is just beginning.